Hey crafty friends, welcome back to my channel and my craft room. I'm Kelly Wicker and I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, you need to know something before we start. There are googly eyes involved in today's card. Yes, googly eyes. Today I'm playing with the adorable new Dancin Chatterbox Etched Dies from Spellbinders. And this little guy not only has swinging legs, he has personality for days. Pair that with a bold OMG sentiment and you've got a card that is fun, playful, and guaranteed to make someone smile. If you love interactive elements, big bold sentiments, and a little bit of whimsy, you are going to have so much fun with this one. Let's get crafty. Okay y'all, for today's card project share, I'm creating with another brand new release that Spellbinders sent to me to create with. This was just released yesterday, and I'm featuring the Dancin Chatterbox Etched Dies. The second I saw this little guy, I knew he had to join my Spellbinder stash. He's just too cute. This set is part of the Aged to Perfection collection, and it's such a fun one. You can build a classic wind-up set of chattering teeth complete with the key and legs. And the best part, the legs actually swing back and forth. You can make them dance. That interactive element adds so much personality and movement to the card. And I will show you how I made him dance in today's video. So I paired him with the bold OMG Etched Dies, also from the Aged to Perfection collection. It makes such a strong graphic statement on the card front and really lets the playful vibes shine. I also pulled in a few dies from some other older collections to help frame everything and make the Dancin Chatterbox the true star of the show today. So I'll have my Spellbinders affiliate links listed below in the description box. Shopping through those links really helps support my channel and allows me to keep bringing you more videos like this. And you already know how much I love creating with Spellbinders products. They are my absolute favorite to play with. Okay, so here are the 3 cards I created with this collection. I had so much fun mixing and matching pieces to give each one a slightly different look. I also love mixing and matching new and old dies when creating with Spellbinders. I also wanted to mention a certain die here to the right. This is the Yay Etched Dies. This one is a Spellbinders exclusive and part of the Aged to Perfection collection. It creates a bold retro-inspired Yay sentiment with a coordinating offset outline that really makes it pop on a card front. I love how graphic and statement making it is, especially paired with the interactive Dancin Chatterbox that you can pair it with. You can, instead of doing the OMG, you can do Yay, something like that. So it's such a fun collection to build around, bold sentiments, movement, and it's just fun. So I can't wait to show you how I bring this card to life, and so I hope you all stay tuned to see how I do that. So without further ado, let's get into the card making fun, y'all. Okay, so I have everything die cut out ahead of time to help save a little time for video purposes. I'm using a mix of Spellbinders cardstock along with distressed heavyweight black cardstock. And now I'm just having fun piecing everything together. I really wanted to show you how easy it is to assemble this little friend. And like Kathy Z always says, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I'm mostly following the color palette from the packaging because honestly, they are perfect for this design. It really doesn't take long to put him together. Same with the bold OMG sentiment. Once all the pieces are cut, it's just a matter of layering and adhering, and you'll see how quickly this playful character comes to life. Okay, so I'm switching up the colors on the OMG for this card because I ran out of red glitter cardstock. The red glitter cardstock I use is usually from Lawn Fawn. It's great glitter cardstock. So we're pivoting. I'm using the silver glitter cardstock from the Spellbinders Treasured cardstock pack instead. I love this stuff too. And honestly, it totally works because the wind-up key is also cut from silver glitter cardstock. So now everything ties together really nicely. So for liquid glue, I'm reaching for my trusty Barely Art glue that I always use. It's in my Spellbinders Fine Line bottle. That precision tip makes assembling all these little pieces so much easier. And I have to mention that glue holder for the Fine Line bottles is amazing. I actually keep mine stored upside down in it so the glue is always ready to flow. And I don't have to wait for it to come down to the tip. I'll have it linked down below in the description box. It's from Amazon, and yes, I saw Kathy using it in one of her videos, a few videos recently, and of course I immediately had to have it in my craft room too. She uses a white one, and I bought the pink one because I love pink, so. I know I mentioned this a lot on my channel about Spellbinders dies, but one of the things I absolutely love about Spellbinders Etched Dies is how the etched lines make it so easy to see exactly where everything goes. That's why one of the reasons why I love working with Spellbinders products. Those little details really take the guesswork out of assembly and make piecing characters like this together feel effortless. Spellbinders also has a printable guide available right on their website. When you go to the product page for the item you're purchasing, you can download and print the assembly guide if you want a little extra help placing the pieces. It's such a helpful resource, especially for interactive sets like this one. And can we just talk about how cute the Dancin Chatterbox set is? The personality in this little guy is unreal. Between the wind-up key, the swinging legs, and all the layering, he just comes to life on the card front. It's one of those sets that makes card making feel playful and creative, and it's so easy to customize with different color combinations to match whatever theme you're going for. Piecing the pieces together really doesn't take long at all. Once everything is die cut out, it's just layering and adhering, and the etched lines make it very clear where each detail belongs. From start to finish, it probably took me maybe 15-20 minutes, maybe a little under 20 minutes, to assemble everything, including the OMG sentiment. It comes together quickly, which makes it perfect for when you want something interactive, but don't want to spend hours building it. There are also coordinating clear stamps that go along with the Age to Perfection collection. I don't have those yet, but they would be such a fun addition for extra sentiments and details. I may have to add those to my stash eventually. Okay, so you can really do so many different color combinations with this set. I went with red because of the packaging and because it reminds me of the classic novelty toy version. It just feels right for this character. And you know what I'm talking about? Fun fact, it was originally called, did you know this? The Yakety Yak Talking Teeth. It featured a pair of plastic dentures that chattered and moved when wound up. It was invented in 1949 by Eddie Goldfarb, and it quickly became one of those iconic desk toys that makes everyone smile. At least that's what Google told me. They were made for pure amusement, perfect as a fun little desk accessory, or maybe for those moments when a conversation has just gone on a little too long. So as I'm assembling everything, you can really see him starting to come together, y'all. Once the base of the teeth is layered and the key is added, it suddenly looks like a finished character instead of a pile of little die cuts. So once the teeth, the shoes, the legs are added, that's when everything really clicks. He instantly transforms from flat pieces of cardstock into a full little character with so much personality. The sneakers add that extra bit of charm, and attaching the legs is where you can really start picturing the movement and how fun it's going to be on the card. So I can't wait to show you how that goes. I really could see changing those shoes out to match someone's personality. You could customize the colors to fit their favorite team, their favorite color, or even coordinate with the party theme. Imagine bright pink sneakers, bold blue high tops, glittery gold shoes. You could totally make this little guy feel unique for whoever you're sending the card to. That's what makes sets like this so fun. You can tweak just one detail like the shoes and completely change the vibe of the card. You can use the die-cut eyes that come with the set, which are super cute on their own, but just wait until you see him with googly eyes. It takes the personality up about 10 levels. There are googly eyes that are part of the Age to Perfection collection, and they coordinate perfectly. I don't have those yet, so I'm using a set from my stash, and you'll see the ones I have in just a second. Once the eyes go on, that's when he really feels alive. At this point, we're getting very close to being done piecing him together, and it's amazing how quickly he transforms from individual layers into this playful, animated little character ready to steal the spotlight on the card front. So I'd love to know, what do you think about interactive die sets like this? Do you enjoy making cards with movement? Is this something you reach for when you're creating? I personally find them so much fun to put together. They just add that extra bit of personality and surprise to a card. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I just love that glitter cardstock from Spellbinders. It's so fun to work with, and it die cuts beautifully. You get that gorgeous sparkle without all the mess because it doesn't shed everywhere, which is a huge win in my craft room. It layers nicely, keeps its shape, and really adds the extra pop to sentiments and little accent pieces. I highly recommend having some in your stash. So I started to feel like my background was getting a little too busy. I'll show you in a bit what it looks like. I used the fun sprinkled confetti better press plate and foiled it off camera because this video is not about foiling, it's about putting this friend together. And while I love the look, I wanted to tone it down just a bit so the Dancin Chatterbox could really stand out. Okay, so I pulled out my Spellbinders Essential Stylish Ovals and cut out an oval from vellum. That soft layer really helps calm everything down. Like I said, I'll show you my background in just a bit here. But it gives the character a nice place to sit without competing with the background. Here's my pack of googly eyes that I was talking about. I picked these up from Amazon a few years ago. I like having a variety of sizes in my stash because you just never know what project will need them. I'm placing the chatterbox down first to make sure I have enough room for his legs to actually swing and dance. That movement needs a little space. Once I'm happy with the placement, I can adhere everything down and make sure he's positioned perfectly on that vellum oval, so he really becomes the focal point of the card. Okay, let's talk about making the legs move here. This is what I really wanted to show y'all. So you'll want to use a thicker piece of foam tape. I really recommend the round foam tape for this because it creates a pivot point that allows the legs to swing back and forth more freely. I've had this particular foam tape in my adhesive stash for years. I'm pretty sure I originally picked it up at Hobby Lobby, and I think I actually still saw some there recently. Once that foam piece is in place, the movement works so smoothly, and it just brings the whole design to life. The chatterbox is seriously too cute, y'all. And just a little tip, be careful where you place the foam tape on the back because you don't want to block that piece where that round foam tape where we put it in the middle of the legs, because if you put some next to it, it will block the legs from swinging, if that makes any sense. So just place it above that piece there. That's where you want the foam tape to go, not next to the middle piece there in between the legs. I'm not sure how to word that correctly. But anyways, I'm definitely going to order the coordinating clear stamp set that goes with this collection. I think those sentiments and extra details would be so fun to add to future cards with this little guy. Okay, so I'm just removing the backers from the foam tape here and getting ready to place them down onto the vellum. Just making sure the legs do swing, and they do. That's why I mentioned earlier, be careful where you place your foam tape on the back here. So I'm just glad the legs are working there. So don't worry, I didn't forget about those cute little shoes over there. I just wanted to make sure I had him positioned exactly where I wanted, so he'd have enough room to swing those legs freely. So I'm placing him a little higher than I did on my original card because I'm placing that OMG down below. And on my original card, I didn't have enough room for those legs. So here I wanted to make sure I did. So I really love those stylish ovals. They add such a nice polished layer to a card. I definitely need to reach for them more often in my projects. The only thing I notice is that the googly eyes I have are just a bit too small for this guy. I think the ones that Spellbinders has are 20 millimeter googly eyes. And so that would be the perfect size to really give him that big personality look. But I'm still going to go ahead with my googly eyes here because they're just too cute. And just look at those shoes now that they are in place. They add so much charm. This Dancin Chatterbox is just super fun from start to finish. Check them out, y'all. And later I'm going to add a little bit of highlighting with my white gel pen for a change, so to bring them really to life. So now I'm bringing in that foiled background I created off camera earlier that I was talking about. See, it looks really cool. I trimmed it down using my trusty A2 Matting Basics A die set and used the largest die in the set to get a nice clean panel. I'm using liquid glue to adhere the vellum down. A light even layer works best so it stays secure without showing through too much. And I have to say, this little guy just makes me chuckle every time those legs start swinging. It's such a simple mechanism, but it adds so much personality. See how fun and easy that was to do? So now it's time to bring in that bold OMG sentiment that I pieced together at the beginning of the video. I just love that glitter cardstock. It really catches the light and adds that extra sparkle without being messy. Everything is starting to come together so nicely. Okay, so now it's time to bring in that bold OMG sentiment that I pieced together at the beginning of the video. I just love that glitter cardstock. It really catches the light and adds the extra sparkle without being messy. Everything is starting to come together so nicely. For the background, I used the rainbow foil from Spellbinders, and I love how it picks up all those different colors as you move the card around. It just gives it that extra wow factor. I'm grabbing some black foam adhesive. I think these are from Scrapbook Adhesives, and if I can say that word. And I'm popping the OMG up along the bottom of the card. I'm just arranging the pieces until I'm happy with the placement before pressing everything down. And while I'm working here, I have a little story to tell you. I think I mentioned this in my last video. I talked a little bit about it. But I started a new hobby this year. And I started diamond art painting. I recently fell down that rabbit hole watching TikTok videos, and I immediately got hooked. Now all my feed is pretty much diamond art painting on TikTok. The next thing I knew, I was ordering all the tools. I bought a bunch of kits from Hobby Lobby. I am totally obsessed with it, just like I am with card making. I think I've finished maybe 4 paintings so far, small ones, and I just love placing those little diamonds down. You know I'm all about anything shiny and sparkly. Give me all the bling. Have any of you tried diamond art painting yet? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear and talk about it, my new addiction. It really is addicting and easy to get suckered in. Oh, look how fun. See, those legs are swinging great. And I placed that OMG just perfect. Okay, so back to the card making, y'all. I have a note card base ready to go. I recently picked up some side folded note cards because I've been trying to switch to side folded. I've talked about that. But honestly, I wasn't happy with the ones that I purchased from Amazon. The cardstock just didn't feel sturdy enough for my liking. They leaned and they didn't stand up straight. And yeah, they were just a little weak for me. So for now, I'm going back to my tried and true top folded note cards made from Hammermill cardstock until I find a pre-made option that feels a little more substantial because I am all about good quality. I don't like cheap stuff. For my cards, I like high quality. So to adhere everything down, I'm using my Spellbinders tape runner. It gives a nice strong hold and makes it quick and easy. Makes it quick and easy to attach the finished panel to the card base. And just like that, this little fun Dancin Chatterbox card is all mounted and ready to go. I've got a few more steps to do. Okay, so I'm pulling out some Spellbinders dimensional dots in red and just scattering them around the card for a little extra pop and dimension. I did think about whether silver dots might work to tie in with the silver glitter on the key and the OMG, but I really wanted to use the red ones, and they coordinate nicely with the Chatterbox. So I'm placing them in an odd number, 5 total, because I tend to like how odd numbers feel more balanced and natural on a card. Just tucking them around the design helps fill in a few open areas without overwhelming everything. Okay, so next I'm pulling out my white jelly roll pen to add a few highlights to the Chatterbox and his little shoes. I am not very good at this. This is not something I really do on my cards, but I want to get better at it, so I'm going to try it today. I like to do this because it adds dimension and it makes the die cuts feel less flat. Those tiny white highlight lines mimic light hitting the surface, which gives the illusion of shine and depth. especially on those bold colors like the red. It also helps define the shapes a little bit more and make certain details stand out. So it's just a fun little extra step to do. And like I said, it's just a small step, but it really brings the character to life and gives everything that finished, polished look. Okay, that looks good. That's just so fun to do. Like I said, I need to remember to do this on my cards more often. It really does change the overall look. So I just have to show them off here for a second. Okay, now just check this out, y'all. Look at those legs. Look how they swing back and forth. See how he's dancing? And check out the googly eyes too. It's so much fun to see that movement on a finished card. That little interactive detail just makes me smile every time. And of course, I thought I was completely done, but nope. I forgot to add my happy birthday sentiment that goes right on top of the OMG. How could I forget that? So let's fix that real quick here. I'm going to add that sentiment to finish it off and really tie the whole birthday theme together. I really like using these black foam square adhesives whenever I'm working with flat cardstock. They blend in so much better along the edges, especially with sentiments like this. I definitely need to remember to reach for these more often. The happy birthday sentiment is from Spellbinders, of course. It's the Ideal Moments Better Press plate, and I'll have it linked down below with everything else I used today. I heat embossed it with white embossing powder from Hero Arts to get that crisp, bold contrast against the black cardstock. I have just had so much fun making this card today, and I really hope that comes through on camera. This little Dancin Chatterbox has so much personality. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to do all the YouTube things. Give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll have my Spellbinders affiliate link listed down below. It really helps support my channel when you shop through those links, and I truly appreciate it because I love creating and sharing the new Spellbinders releases with you. If you'd like to find me on Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok, I'm Kelly Wicker Cards on all those platforms as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know, and I'll catch you in the next card making video. Ciao for now.